Alright, hello! Today I'm going to discuss the Spellbinder class in Titan Quest. This class consists of defense and spirit masteries, so it's heavily skewed towards melee style, but it's got a little bit of supporting skills and spellcasting on the side, but it's not really a hybrid, it's more of a melee class. It's quite similar to Spellbreaker actually, except you've got defense rather than warfare. Yeah, so I'll go straight onto the skills. Start with the defense mastery because that's the one I would advise you to start with. Even though defense is quite a slow mastery at the start, it's probably better off to start with this because most of your skills will go into this. Okay, so I'll start from the left hand side. We've got the adrenaline tree. In fact, if you look adrenaline rally and the battle awareness trees, they're your really defensive trees. So I'd advise you to get at least one of them, or even two if you have enough skill points. If you see how I allocate it here, like in adrenaline, it's pretty much maxed out most of it. And battle awareness, I put 1 point in the base skill, and then I put more points in synergies. And then we have quick recovery. That's a very good defensive skill as well. It's a temporary buff, so usually good to activate during the really difficult bits like a tough boss fight or whenever you're swarmed with strong enemies. Then we got shield charge, which is a really good charging skill, as the name implies. It's good for stunning enemies as well, groups of enemies, and it's good to basically close the distance between yourself and the enemy, like say enemy archers or mages. And then we also got Bata, which is another good skill. I usually max out the skill itself and then just put 1 point in rend armor because this just so you could hit 3 enemies at once rather than just one. 1 point in Colossus form. Usually 1 point is enough because it's a 1.1 that gives you good benefits. Putting more points in it is is good as well if you got spare skill points, but it doesn't give that much of an increase. So 1 point is usually enough. And on the right hand side we've got armor handling. So that reduces the requirements for wearing armors, and also it gives you better armor absorption, so your armor is more effective. And of course the shield passives, they're definitely a must get. You got your shield smash, disable, and pulverize. Yeah, that's the defense mastery pretty much. If you most of your skill points will go into this, and I'll mention spirit obviously as well. I'm not gonna go from left to right. I'll just mention the skills which you definitely need. You definitely need Death Chill Aura because as you're gonna be a melee character, you're gonna be getting a lot of enemies coming close to you. So the entire Death Chill Aura tree is a must. Make sure that if you're using Ravages of Time, that you've got the fan patch 117, because in the original game, Ravages of Time doesn't give all of the benefits that it says it should give. Another another useful skill, there are a few 1.1 wonders here, like Vision of Death. That's a good one because it scares the enemies for a brief period of time. You also got your Spirit Ward and Spirit Bane, good against the undead. So I usually switch it on when I enter areas with loads of undead. So 1 point in each of those is fine. And also Outsider is a good skill to get. He's a temporary pet. 1 point is enough usually. Yeah, he's quite a good, very supportive pet for those difficult bits. Other skills in Spirit aren't really that necessary, but you can get them if you got spare skill points. I mean, if you see here, I've got estimate character level 57, so you'll have plenty of spare stuff to get. You could get Dark Covenant if you want, with the Unearthly Power. Unearthly Power increases your stats, it's like a temporary buff. Or you could go for the Lich King, although just keep in mind that it's a skill point hungry tree. If you're going for the Lich King, don't get the Arcane Blast because it's not as good. You're better off just sticking with the other skills. Yeah, and you could get Life Drain or Enslave Spirit as well if you want, but once again, with the Spellbinder, the uses for those skills will be very limited. And yeah, you don't need to get turn 9 attack or anything because you're not a caster. So yeah, that's the skills. And I'll mention the stats. You're gonna be mostly melee characters, so the stats would be as with most melee characters. Good ratio to go is 2 points in strength and 1 dexterity. You don't really need any intelligence because you're not utilizing any elemental damage. So yeah, but yeah, if you're running out of energy too fast, then a few points in energy can help. But other than that, just 2 points in strength and 1 dexterity is enough. And yeah, that's it. That's Spellbinder. So I hope that was helpful. Bye then.